It's all about quality and quantity on Brewsday Tuesday. Here is DreZ and Huck.
And Big Nate. Brewsday Tuesday continues on. I mean, it's damn near a booze day Tuesday.
It is a
barley
Tuesday, friggin' Tuesday. So yeah,
we got Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz back in action, and of course Nate with us as well. Brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. Actually, I did mean to ask you. You said you were kind of revamping. You're bringing back the Huck's Beer Buzz, or is it?
Oh yeah, I'm switching over. I'm going to be Huck was here.
Okay.
You know,
because last week I mentioned that because you had said something about that, and then I tried to go to the website and it was like, oh, under construction or something. So
well,
you're doing things.
I'm having a problem with my web host, and it's hard to focus long enough to fix stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I'll check it because I haven't looked at it in a week or two. But yeah, I want to go to Huck was here. That's going to be the new thing. Matter of fact, I might put that license plate on the Jeep, abbreviated.
Because you're not all about the beer. You're not strictly about the beer now.
Correct.
You're more so about
traveling,
being around. Yeah.
Yeah, and also
here.
My illness does not get a lot of people aren't talking about it, and I'm thinking in a positive way because I've learned a lot. Using oxygen. I mean, I'm wearing a thing right now, and it's hard, and I want to help people do it better. Because, it's a hassle to go somewhere. You have to make sure you have this and that and the other. But I mean, I'm not going to focus on that.
Yeah. But
I want to focus on how you can make that easy.
Yeah. I was going to say,
let's have a good time.
The fact that you're not letting that stop you going out, going to festivals, doing the RV thing.
And that's not new. I remember I had knee surgery one time and I went to the Lyric to see a blues band and I'm crutching to my seat and I sit down and my doctor walks up, puts his hand on my shoulder.
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing here? I said, what the hell are you doing here? You're retired from working on me.
I don't know my copay for this.
Yeah.
But leave.
Yeah. So anyway, that was funny. But I've always been like that. I'm not going to let it get me down. I mean, I can sit on a couch or I can sit in a lawn chair with a beer in my hand. Which would you do?
I think we all know. I think we all know the answer to that.
Absolutely.
So thankfully, Huck once again brought some fantastic beer, which is as expected. This round, I got a feeling might outdo the first one. We'll see. You handed me a limited release from Clown Shoes, which, as we all know, pretty fantastic. Although you did mention, so they got bought out.
Yeah, Harpoon bought them. But I brought them to Virginia. I brought Clown Shoes to Virginia.
We've brought.
Heard that story
I think
before.
We've heard that story and brought that up. If you missed it, go back to season 4 of Brewsday Tuesday. But this is Crunkle Sam, the American barley wine ale aged in bourbon barrels. There's a theme here. Bourbon barrels are what you age your barley wine in, especially in the States. Coming in at 10.5%. It's
You made that up.
What did I? What did I?
In the States. I mean, they may do it everywhere. Well, I guess not because they don't have bourbon barrels in Europe.
It's harder. No, they do get them. They do get them, but it's harder to do that for sure. I went to, when I was in Scotland, I went to numerous distilleries, and they actually, a lot of them do use American bourbon barrels because to make bourbon, it's a one and done.
Right.
So once you do it, then you sell them off, and a lot of even overseas, they buy them. So it's wouldn't be unheard of, but it makes sense that here, that's what they're doing for sure.
Fair enough.
And you, sir?
I've got the Hardywood bourbon barrel barley wine and English barley wine. No space, though. Aged in bourbon barrels.
We're going to have to call them.
It's 11.1% ABV, 46 IBUs, and comes in this beautiful short stubby bottle, which I love, but I've never realized how hard it is to open with a big bulky bottle opener like this. So
you didn't get the right leverage?
Yeah, I did not. And it took me, I was over here struggling. You guys had already gotten yours open and were starting drinking. Embarrassing.
Well, that's okay. You had no trouble opening your bottle, which this one, off of the air, we were saying that maybe it'll take the cake. Who knows?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying this is probably one of the best 3 sets of bottles in 6+ years we've been doing this. that have
Well,
been
it's-
on the table
pretty
at
rare
the
that-
same time.
It's pretty rare that we have six
Yeah, these
do
three
it.
this is probably a set that is rarely achieved.
It's a big show.
It's a big show and it's a good show. So this is
I would
the
expect nothing less.
3 Floyds Brewing,
Mm.
barrel aged barley wine ale named the Behemoth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so number 1, they name their beers very well. Number 2, look at this art.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Everything they make has wonderful art on it.
Yeah. 3 Floyds does have fantastic art. And by the way, if you are watching on the Facebook Live or the YouTube, I also want to do this. I'm going to hold up my barley wine. You hold up yours, Huck. Look at how different these are. No, not the bottle. I'm talking about the glass.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at this beer.
absolutely.
That is 2 very different barley wines.
Both are probably good.
Well, I already know that mine's good.
No, no,
All
no,
right, you
great.
gotta sit
I
here
can't
and-
even see the ABV. Maybe,
It's because you got
nail
your
it.
Huck's Beer Buzz glasses.
well, and my eyes are all messed up.
It's dark in here. No, Huck, it's not dark in here. The lights are on all the way.
Yeah, we
I
got
know.
them bumping for you.
I always wear my glasses, even at night. I'm one of those
I
guys.
don't know this.
I know I couldn't
cutesy
find it. But
dark.
anyway,
Oh, this is an NA barley wine.
here's an interesting fact for you. 3 Floyds Brewery in Indiana.
13.6.
13.6. Oh my God, this is good. I've never been there. I've never been to 3 Floyds.
You
That's
want,
an interesting fact.
you want me to one up you?
Yeah.
I've never been to Indiana.
Ah, there's a lot of good breweries in Indiana.
I know.
And I've been to Indiana.
It's on my list.
Numerous
I'll
times.
get there. I'll get
I've
there.
driven past 3 Floyds. I tried to get tickets to they get Dark Lord Day, which I don't really like. It's a stout, I believe. If not, yell at me later on the internet. But I've never made it. And I tried to get tickets, and I was like online with them, and they're like, "No, nobody gets tickets." So the guy about a mile away is, "You can come park your RV at our place. We'll ride you over there." But I may do that one year. They're not doing it now. I don't think they do it last couple of years because of COVID.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID. But actually, it's better. Why? Because you can buy this here.
No, man. 3 Floyds.
You can buy it in Mikey's store.
Yeah. No, it's becoming more and more available, and that is fantastic because again, I don't know if I've had a bad 3 Floyds beer, and they always do stand out because I mean they do have the cool translucent like tie-dye kind of bottle cap. I'm assuming that one had it. So that's a standout. Or no, does it not?
Is that it?
That one's a little different.
No, that's not the 3 Floyds.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah.
It's like green
yeah.
and pink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
So that's always a standout. But you're right, the labels, man, without a question.
Yeah, and the names, Arctic Panther Wolf. You know.
Yeah, they got some cool names. So, Huck, what's the latest and some of the beer news?
Well, the biggest thing lately is the woke beer. Nobody apparently wants any woke beer.
Well,
I don't care. I mean, I hate Anheuser-Busch because they tried to kill craft beer and continue to do so. It's not like news.
so were you happy when all of the whole
I'm not upset.
Dulvani or whatever?
I'm not
stuff-
upset, And it seriously, I was reading an article just this morning. It was 1 can of beer.
Mhm.
1 can with remember the plastic labels we like?
Yeah.
That's what it was. 1 can of beer, 28% drop in sales so far last week for Bud Light.
So would this be the biggest beer fail of all time economically?
No, actually, they did the biggest one, which is when they bought what's that Chicago one?
Goose Island?
Goose Island. That was the biggest one. That hurt them.
The fact that they bought that and then he turned around
And nobody would drink the beer.
yeah.
And it was pretty big sales, the first really big sale. But they figured it out. That's what I'm saying.
Are you sure
They-
number wise it's not as bad?
Oh
as
no,
that?
this is
20
bigger. Yeah,
this is bigger.
Well, it's
Yeah.
actually affecting Michelob Ultra. It's affecting Busch Beer. It's affecting their whole line. And I suspect, I don't know, because they don't care about their craft beer portfolio because it's like a minute part of
Yeah.
it. But I bet they're losing sales there too. But I'm not hating them about that. I mean, I think everything about the whole trans thing's fine, but don't compete against girls if you're a man. Other than that, don't do that. That's not fair. But other than that, if you want to be something different, I want to be a millionaire. But I went to the bank and they said I wasn't. I said, well, I identify as one, but they wouldn't give me $1 million.
It's like when this all started, I said, I don't love the way we got here, but damn, I'm happy people are going to stop drinking Bud Light.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, let it go.
It's kind of funny because I mean, I remember a couple days afterwards is when the viral video of Kid Rock shooting up his like, stock of Bud Light beers.
I don't know if you noticed, but Miller Lite.
Calm down, Bob.
Miller Lite did a whole thing about SH something T, and they took all the girly pictures of Miller Lite and they made it in compost because it was whatever, you know. So I can't say that word, I don't think. But they
which word did I miss something?
I missed
Well, I know
that word. They said it was all that.
Okay.
Itty. It was all itty. So they made it in compost. And they just kind of went under the radar. This was back in March for Women's Month. And they basically said, you know, we don't need all these pinups. We don't need to be using women for advertising. Well, nobody noticed it. And all of a sudden, everybody's going in the last couple of days going, wait a minute. They're doing it too.
Pointing fingers at that.
So I'm thinking if I'm
that's a little
well, when you've already got your pitchchforks or your
you already
torches lit and your pitchforks out.
You're coming.
So who's left? Coors. The Coors is over there going, come on, y'all. We're still rednecks over here. We're ready. Come and get some. And they are. Their sales are up over 20%.
I think Coors is. You're right.
Yeah,
Coors is the one that's coming out.
They're coming out of this.
Looking clean.
Yuengling as well.
Okay.
Both of them are showing lots of growth this month. Ugh. And the thing is they're all saying, well, you know, it didn't affect the stock price. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm also used to be a banker. So we won't know that till July. Because we only report quarterly here.
Yeah, because that's when the quarter ends.
In the United States, we leave a space between the quarterly. Anyway, in England, they put, never mind. That's just a bad joke.
Well, I would be team Yuengling. If you're going to jump ship, I mean, I would vote Yuengling over Coors Light, I would say.
Yeah, I'd have to go there.
Especially since
I just went straight bourbon. I'm like, okay, I'm not drinking beer for a while.
Well, Pabst is, obviously, we all agree that we like Pabst.
I drank some PBR this weekend.
Here's the thing is, so Yuengling, for those that don't know,
it's America's oldest
still going. And where did it start?
Pennsylvania somewhere. No,
Richmond.
I did not know that.
Moved to PA.
Well, I would too if I was in Richmond. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
There you go.
Leave one Commonwealth for another.
That's right.
Smooth move.
So I did notice that you're being much more generous on your pours, Huck, than the last one.
No, I poured the other one. I left y'all some here.
No, you left plenty. That's what I'm saying. That bottle looks plenty full.
I have no gauge because short, stubby, who the hell knows?
So here's the thing.
I think we can't give him any more little bottles.
Here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and tell, because I don't want to overdo it. This Clown Shoes is a 5. I'm going to hand it off, and then I want you to hand me that one because I don't want to wrap it up quite yet. I want to keep talking to you, Huck, but I do want to keep drinking. Still. So yeah, I'm still thirsty. So I'm just going to hand that your way. If you want to hand me the 3 Floyds, we can just go ahead. This is usually what we do after the segment, but at this point, you know, I'm still trying to keep. Oh, first things first.
Chinese
you do the rinse. You do the rinse. This is the way you stay hydrated.
It doesn't matter now,
Huck. It matters.
I didn't rinse. I'll confess.
You have to rinse.
I didn't rinse.
No, we got to get you to drink some water. Where's your water, Huck?
I got some water. You want to rinse?
Yeah. We should have done that one last. The one you have in your hand.
This one, the 3 Floyds one.
Well, I am gonna do it last. We'll see what happens.
You'll be the wiener.
Well, I did notice that. Well, honestly,
I'm making out like
I left a lot. It's okay.
Yeah,
I have 2. I had 2 of that one.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah, not with me, but I had 2. When I saw it, I bought 2 because I knew there was no question in my mind that I was going to drink that beer. And you're lucky I kept it this long.
I appreciate that, without question. So what else is happening in your world or the world of beer? What do you need? What do you need to tell me? What do we need to talk about, Huck? It's been too long.
It has been a long time.
What do you want to tell the listeners?
Yeah, keep drinking. Go to your local guys. Look around.
You mentioned bourbon. You mentioned me drinking bourbon. I've been up on this whole what you got to do now is you got to sign up with Spirited Virginia. Follow them on the social, do the website thing, and then you can do the drops.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's government, and I'm trying, but you get to me before they do.
Well, I messaged you and told you about it, and sure enough,
Yeah, well, you're right. The next day they had it, but
the next day they
I
had
still
the
haven't
drop.
made it there yet.
This past weekend they had the drop in Pearisburg, and I was just like, oh man, but Huck's at that festival now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try going there tomorrow and see.
That being said, I have it on good authority that the Pearisburg, and maybe I shouldn't even be putting this out
Oh
there,
boy.
but you're in
intel.
good territory, because apparently that one doesn't get too readily a lot of traffic for those bottles.
Right. I mean, yeah, my neighbors are not really
So
holding their little finger up and drinking bourbon.
I think you're going to be sitting
If you
pretty
know
good.
what I mean.
In fact, if you had went like today, even I've heard that there might
I still
be
go
stuff.
today.
There might still be stuff.
I'll just have to
there.
wear my sunglasses.
So for
so
those
my bloodshot eyes will not show.
For those that are big fans of bourbon, such as me and Huck and Nate, where do you sit on the bourbon?
My go-to liquor.
All right.
But he's got 2 little kids, so he has to buy diapers.
Yeah. So when I get a drop alert, I bring Nate with me, and then I just I'll be like, all right, well, because you can only buy 1 bottle per person. So I just say, Nate, I'll throw you the 50 or $60 or whatever, and then you do that my way. But
yeah, so yeah, the Buffalo I did for the Derby. I did buy some Woodford.
okay.
But I missed the Derby special.
Woodford, you should be able to get, I would think.
Yeah, but they have a special version.
Okay.
And that was sold out. And also I wanted some Blantons because that got the horse on top. I will tell you that this last race, what was it this weekend?
It was just this past
The Belmont
horse racing.
The Belmont. We're just switching over. It's bourbon.
It was Preakness, wasn't it?
No, that's coming up. The Belmont, I did hit the trifecta.
Did you?
There's only 7 horses, so it's really not that great of a deal. But I rarely hit it. I always play it.
You actually bet it?
Yeah, I bet it and won.
How much you make?
$12.
Hey, a win is a win is a win.
The beers are on Huck.
Cost me $3
Win by an
to
inch
win
or
that
$12.
$12. Actually, it's $12.50, but nonetheless, yeah, I always play trifecta. But if that 50 to 1 horse would have been in the mix, we'd have been talking. I'd buy you a cheap beer, a PBR.
Yeah.
Well,
The beers are already on me. Wait a minute.
I think you can still get a 6-pack of PBR.
Yeah, you probably could.
$12.50.
Yeah, you can get a 12-pack of Bud Light for 75 cents right
Well,
now. I don't know. That was on the internet. I don't know if it's true.
I wonder. So those bars that do the price adjustment based on like demand? Like,
Yeah,
do you go into one of those and like Bud Light's just like
it's free.
it's less
They
than
pay you to
one?
drink it. They're paying you to drink it right now.
I was just gonna say that Three Floyds is delicious.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
I mean, it's a 5. Did I give
It's a 5.
the,
We didn't even
the clown shoes? I said it was a 5, didn't I?
haven't gotten the class.
Which I don't know. I know we're handing around. We didn't really go through and do our normal ratings. But did y'all? Because did we already shift it all? Did
We
everybody
did.
do theirs?
We all shifted.
I haven't
But
had that one yet.
need-
I need
Yeah,
that.
but you got to untap them. I untapped mine before I handed it off. I didn't realize y'all were all
Well,
ready.
I'll say the 5. The 3 Floyds.
Three Floyds is a
5.5. I mean, really, that was a perfect beer.
It's a delicious beer.
It's a
I was
perfect
surprised.
barley
I
wine.
mean, it really doesn't look very appetizing, but damn, is it delicious.
I'm gonna with the Hardywood one. I'm gonna align with the thought that dead of winter, I could see storing a lot of those bottles and coming to them in times of cold. You get done shoveling the driveway.
Oh,
when
yeah.
it eventually
Oh, yeah.
snows around here. Not my favorite, but could be the time of the year. I'll give it a 4.25.
Yeah, I figured this would be the weak link of the round.
Still
that's
very
why
solid.
we threw it
Like,
your
I would
way. man.
highly recommend.
Oh, I had it right after.
I think I volunteered for that one.
I had it right after 3 Floyds. I'm going to let this sit a minute, and I'm going to drink this one before I judge that one. I want to have all. I know that the 3 Floyds are 5.
Yeah.
That's the best barley wine I've had in a long, long time. I had a really old stone barley wine a couple months ago that was probably the pinnacle of barley wines. But that's a good beer right there. If they have more, I'm going to go buy more.
Damn good.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about just change gears a little bit.
I'll allow it.
Keeping it for 3 years. Okay, so the reason that they added the hops to the barley wine is because it was so sweet. It wasn't keeping. So they added the hops in America
For longevity.
so it lasts longer, right? And that's just amazing. So that goes back to the old myth about, IPAs, why they put the hops in IPAs to make them go to India, but India Pale Ale. But no, they actually sent a lot of beer to India, and it was all good.
So when I die, bury me in hops.
Right.
And then, like in 100 years,
You won't smell as bad.
Still be a sexy corpse.
No, I'm not saying that's going to happen.
Just a thought.
Well, everybody's got.
It'll keep.
There's somebody for everybody, Nate. We all have a lobster out there somewhere. My lobster's in another room waiting on me.
Yeah.
Driving my drunk ass home. Can I say that?
You can say
ass.
drunk ass. There's no doubt
drunk
about it.
ass home.
Yeah.
There you go.
That being said, we can make this ass a little bit more drunk. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Could you all talk amongst yourselves for a minute? I do need to go grab something.
Sure. So, Nate, we've been leaving you out. You should talk some.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Well, what's your barley wine experience? Just what I brought.
Mostly this. Every time I've had barley wine, it's been one or two things that you've kind of brought my way, and it seems like every time it gets better. I think so far I haven't tried the 3 Floyds because I want to save that till we're off air.
Oh, I wouldn't.
So far, I think my favorite is the Combs.
Oh,
But it's been in the past. I found it kind of is a little more syrupy than I'd like, a little more malty than I'd like. But I think today has been very crisp, refreshing. So all in all, I think you've converted me.
It's. I always like to tell. I'm sure I've told it 100 times. I once went to Barley Wine Festival, and I'd love to tell you how it was.
I don't
no
remember.
clue.
That was
Right.
the first thing that came to mind when
That's
you talked
yesterday's
about
guy.
doing this show. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that barley wine festival.
Yeah.
Too.
They throw one. We off air. We were talking about going to New England. They have one up there. Let me see what the date on that bad boy is. Could be an itinerary stop.
Oh boy.
So, as listeners know, I recently went to Europe and did a little Berlin, a little Czech thing. I went and ran this marathon, and Huck was kind enough that when we were trying to raise money, because with this marathon we were raising money to battle MS, which we raised a good amount of money for that. I can't remember what the total dollars was.
Looks like it was over $3,000
I think it was close to 4.
when I threw some money at it.
Yeah, you threw some money at it. So as a thank you, Huck, I did want to bring you back a beer.
Thank you.
And so when we were in Prague, which by the way, you got to go to Prague, dude. You're
I'll
gonna
do it.
love
I'll do it. If I,
You're going to love it.
I figure out how
But-
to drive there.
I went the very first
Ferries.
place we went into. Well, I guess the very first place we went into was our hotel, but the very second place we went into was a little kind of convenience store type deal. And we wanted to grab some beers, some snacks, and I saw a beer and I was like, well, that's a beer I'm going to have to bring back. And when I thought about doing it on the show or whatever, but I was like, but there's somebody I really think probably would want this beer. This is the cannabis beer from Czech that's rolled up like a doobie
That is
in like a rolling paper thing.
so cool.
So
That is so cool.
I don't know. It could be absolutely terrible, but I mean, I tell you what, for marketing purposes, that is pretty money right there.
Well, and amazingly enough, we were so in tune with one another that over the weekend somebody gifted me an edible. I obviously can't smoke or I would be chariots of fire.
Yeah,
And
probably don't want to.
yeah. So and actually it helped me in a lot of ways. So I'll be discussing that with my
Doctor.
cool doctor.
Yeah.
The one
I have several doctors, but I'm going to call the cool one and say, "What about this?"
he's got sunglasses and a backwards hat.
He does. He's
Well,
all right.
That being said, I honestly.
Should we just drink it now?
Well, we could, but I can't read the label. So, but I don't, because I did do a tour with a guy. I don't think it has.
Euphoria is the name of this beer.
Yeah, I don't think it actually has, stuff in it. I think it's a theme.
It says hemp lager.
Because
I'll send a picture of it to my Hungarian buddy. He speaks 18 languages.
well, he might be
And
able
he'll
to
read the
decipher.
label for us.
But my understanding is because there were a lot of shops about that had stuff, but it's gonna be legal next year. So I think that they're like kind of getting ready for it.
Yeah, we've
but,
never had a cannabis beer, have we?
well,
Yes. Have we?
not officially.
No. Okay.
It says
Fair
it
enough.
has cannabis blossom extract.
There
Okay,
you go.
It'll probably just taste like it. I'm
Blossom's
guessing. It'll
another
probably
word
just
for
kind of.
flower.
It'll probably
It's gonna be
taste
dank.
like a Heineken.
Well, I was at this festival this weekend, and not to be, Debbie Downer, but man, there were skunks all over that festival. But the bad part was, I think
Animal control's really got to get this
well,
together.
I just want to say this publicly one time. It's okay if you're cool, you want to do that, but that doesn't mean you can smoke a cigarette too next to the guy with the oxygen tank. Okay, just don't. Just wander to the edge
At
of the
least
crowd.
look out. Yeah, come on.
Come on. Because I ended up having to move 3 or 4 times.
Damn, really?
Yeah, once they start smoking, they smoke everything.
But you couldn't even just say like, "Hey, man."
I
Like,
did. And they're like, "What's wrong with you?"
They don't know. They're probably so done. So
Yeah. So, that's the other thing about the people that smoke the pot. Why do you have to smoke it every 5 minutes? Back when I was young, man, we had good pot. We smoked it once and whoa, go to school all day.
as much as I'm not trying to dog your days of pot, I got a feeling it's more advanced now.
No, they don't really know.
Were you using your scuba pack?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you're already intoxicated, you're not going to notice.
I guess. And I was
That's true. If you were
in
doing
fairness,
the carry around.
In fairness, I was, and again, this is a lot of places.
I was
like
also smoking
I was the
cigarettes.
I was the only guy on oxygen in the whole area. I was the only guy. There's not a lot of us out there, which I don't understand. Occasionally, I'll see somebody with the little pack thing.
Well, hopefully, with the Huck was here.
Yeah, Huck is
revamping.
Breathe.
You can show people that.
Yeah, you can do.
Don't
this.
let it stop you, man.
No, you can do this.
Absolutely.
You just have to carry a chair with you. I do.
Cheers.
Sit down.
Cheers. By the
Cheers.
way, I'm on this last one. This is a 5-2. I would say
yeah.
this Hardywood's this is delicious. Maybe I've had 6 barley wines, but I'm feeling pretty
I'm
good.
okay.
Works with him.
I'm just gonna say they're all 5s.
They're all I would say
All
this
of them
round was
5s.
all 5s in my book.
But
Delicious beers.
But the 3 Floyds was a big 5.
A standout.
Standout 5.
No doubt about it. All right. Well, we got to wrap it up, man. And in fact, I'm even Dunsky's. I know JT's getting anxious. So we'll step aside. We're going to get the tunes back. Huck, thanks as always, man. Anytime you want to come in, the door is always open for you, brother.
Well, I think I'll come up for my birthday in June. We'll do that.
That sounds great. And of
I'll
course, we're so glad that you're doing even better. And we're loving it. Loving the beer.
loving it.
Loving the Huck experience. So that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. That's a wrap for me. Tomorrow, more Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin tickets and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Nate, you got
Giveaways.
the Kicks tickets
Kicks
and all
Red
that
Rain,
good stuff.
baby.
I don't know who these people are.
Yeah. Well, they're bands. We'll
There's
throw you
Led-
some. We can get you some
Led
tickets.
Zeppelin, Little Feet. Come on.
Led
Okay,
Zeppelin's no longer.
Yeah, I don't think either
Yeah.
are touring that much
Well,
these days.
cover bands are good. They're good.
You're showing your age.
I know I am.
All right, that's it for me. I'm going to be out the door. JT's up next, and we will be playing some more tunes right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.